Welcome to Forge Stretch. This was designed for my equestrian program, but anybody is more than welcome to try it out. We're going to start in tabletop, shoulders over our wrist, knees under our hips, core engaged, flat back, arms externally rotated. And go ahead, exhale, arch the back for cat, drop the head and the hips. On your next inhale, reverse, head and hips come up, chest falls through, the arms remaining open and pointing towards the front. Look up. And then follow your breath. Exhale into cat. Inhale into cow. If it feels good to hold the poses longer, feel free to do that. Or feel free to flow. Change it up. One last time each pose. And after your next cow pose, go ahead and come back to a neutral spine or tabletop. Shift your weight into your right knee and your left hand. Inhale, raise your right arm, left leg, spinal balance. Keep your pelvis level, toes are pointing down and active, arms reaching forward. Exhale, lower. Inhale, other side, right arm, right leg, left arm. Exhale, lower. We're going to do 2 more on each side. Or you can hold if that's what works for you and that feels better. Exhale, lower. Inhale, left arm, right leg. Last time, right arm, left leg. Exhale, lower. Left arm, right leg. This time on your exhale, bend your ankle, your heel towards your glute. Reach back with your left arm. If where you're at is right here, just reaching or just grabbing the ankle, that works. On an inhale, hand into ankle, ankle into hand. Take a slight back bend, opening the hip and the chest. Exhale, release. Inhale, the other side up. Reach around. Your sides might be totally different. That's fine. Exhale, release. Inhale, sit back, bring the right leg forward, coming into low lunge on this side. Be at right angles right now. Right hip pulls back, left hip pushes forward. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, sink. It's okay if your knee goes over your ankle. Relax into it. Don't force the depth. Don't collapse into your low back. Keep working your hips so they stay fairly square. Shoulders away from your ears. Exhale. Hands to your mat. Push back through tabletop. And then inhale, left foot comes forward. Go ahead and find your hips are square, find your length. Exhale, find your depth. Shoulders away from your ears. This time, arms come down to your sides. Place them about midpoint between your front foot and your knee. Exhale. Flex your foot, bring it back, pointing towards the ceiling. Sit back into a split prep, focusing on stretching the hamstrings. You can stay here. You can sit down further, find where it feels good and where your hips can stay fairly square. Keep your spine long. Try not to arch into it just to find more depth in the pose. Chest up and open. And then exhale, bend back into the front knee. Come back, bring your left knee back under. Right heel comes forward, sink on this side. You guys can stay here longer than what we're holding them for in this video, or you can repeat this video again if you'd like. This was just a short little stretch flow. Inhale, come out of it. Go ahead and come to an easy seated pose, literally called easy pose. Place one hand out to the side wherever it falls, shoulder level with your hips. Inhale, the other arm up. Exhale, bend to the side to stretch your side body, your QLs. If you want more depth, walk your hand out. It's okay if your seat bones rise a little bit, but try to keep them pushing towards the floor as much as possible. Keep your chest up and lifted, looking up if it helps. On an inhale, come back up to center. Exhale, left hand or your other hand plants. Inhale, your right arm, other arm up. Take the bend to this side. Walking your hand out, finding where you're at. Your sides might be totally different. Opening your chest to the roof, ceiling, sky, wherever you're practicing at. Pushing your hip bones towards the mat. And then on an inhale, come back up to seated. Widen your legs for seated straddle. Toes point up, legs are engaged, rotating externally. Inhale, lengthen your spine, sit up tall. Exhale, lean forward, hinging at the hips. We don't want to crank our bodies into this pose or just fall into them. Keep your chest open, front of your body is slightly working, and let your depth happen. And just using your breath to work into it. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, deepen. Some of you might be beyond this. My hips are not my flexible part. That's fine. Go ahead and find the variation that serves you. And spend some time here if you'd like. Flexibility is just like strength. It's something that builds the more you do it, the more you work at it. But you also don't want to force it. On your next inhale, walking back up to seated, spinning your legs. We're going to come into legs up the wall, or you can do legs up on the furniture. Best way to get into it, come parallel to wherever you're trying to put your legs up as close as you can. Lean, lay down, and spin. And then you just have to walk. Scoot yourself a little bit closer. Legs up the wall, extend your legs up the wall. You can let them fall out too if you want to use gravity to work on that straddle stretch a little bit more. Or you can just put legs up your furniture, scratch your dog, whatever works for you. And go ahead and stay here for as long as you would like. If you don't feel like finding furniture or wall, corpse pose always works here. Or reclining bound angle, either one. I suggest spending, twice as long as we've been in the other poses here, even longer if you can. And then when you're ready to come out, go ahead, spin back, and just come back to a seated pose. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.